country over party. Trump Republican Senate foe Jeff Flake donates to Roy Moore's Democratic opponent after being forced to sit next to the president during tense tax talks. Republican Senator Jeff Flake donated $100 on Tuesday to the U.S. Senate campaign of a Democrat opposing GOP hopeful Roy Moore in Alabama. Flake, who has sparred with President Donald Trump over the Moore campaign, tweeted a photo of his check written to Democrat Doug Jones. In the memo field, he scrawled, "Country over party." Earlier in the day, Flake and 5 other Republican senators sat with Trump in the Roosevelt Room of the White House to talk about hammering out differences between House and Senate versions of a tax reform bill. The White House sat him next to Trump, with cameras and TV footage catching him looking very uncomfortable as the president endorsed Moore for the 3rd time in less than a week. Moore has been accused of fondling a 14-year-old girl and dating a 16-year-old decades ago when he was a prosecutor. But Trump said Tuesday that he's going to do very well. "We don't want to have a liberal Democrat in Alabama, believe me. We want strong borders, we want stopping crime. We want to have the things that we represent, and we certainly don't want a liberal Democrat that's controlled by Nancy Pelosi and controlled by Chuck Schumer. We don't want to have that for Alabama." Flake could hardly contain his eye rolling. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said Tuesday afternoon that the allegations against Moore are concerning, but Trump would rather have a person that supports his agenda versus somebody who opposes his agenda every step of the way. Moore should step aside if his accusers are telling the truth, she added. "But we don't have a way to validate that, and that's something for the people of Alabama to decide." Trump blasted Flake on Twitter 2 weeks ago, calling his political career toast after he was caught on a hot mic criticizing Moore and the president. After a town hall event Flake hosted in Mesa, Arizona, he stepped off the stage without removing the microphone on his lapel, letting TV camera crews eavesdrop. Speaking to Mesa Mayor John Giles, Flake said if the GOP becomes the party of Roy Moore and Donald Trump, we are toast. Trump retorted on Twitter that Senator Jeff Flake is unelectable in his home state and will be a no on tax cuts because his political career anyway is toast. Flake ultimately voted in favor of the president's tax cut plan in the Senate. But he tweeted Monday that a Roy Moore victory is no victory for the GOP and the nation.